Hey guys, welcome back to Kiwanna's Kitchen. I'm Kiwanna. Today I'm going to show you another way that you can make homemade cinnamon rolls without using yeast. These cinnamon rolls are just as good as the ones that call for yeast, if not better. So if you want to see how I make them, keep watching. Okay guys, first thing we're going to start with, in my bowl here I have 3½ cups of my self-rising flour. If you guys don't have that recipe or you didn't check out that video, I will put the link right here above for you guys to go on over and check that out. I have my sugar and I have my cinnamon. You guys know I like to add cinnamon to my cinnamon rolls. So we're going to go ahead and just give this a good whisk until it is all combined. So now I'm going to go in with my sour cream. We're going to start adding in our wet ingredients. And we're just going to go ahead and get everything in here. And again, you do not need to let this rise. Once we finish making these cinnamon rolls, we can get them right into the oven. That's about ½ cup. I'm going to go ahead and add in my butter and my vanilla extract. I did mix it. If you want to add it separately, you can, but it's all going in the same place. And we're now going to go in with our milk. And we're going to go ahead and get this mixed up. Okay, so I went ahead and got my dough onto my counter here, and I put some flour around my surface here, just enough to where when we spread this out, we don't have to worry about it sticking. So I just want to knead it a little bit before we start to spread this out. And just take that flour and just kind of spread it back out. That's why I have this much here. Most likely I'm not going to be using all of that, but again, I don't want my dough sticking to the table. So I'm going to go ahead and just start to roll this out, or flatten it out rather. Okay, so what I have here is my brown sugar, my cinnamon, and my sugar. I went on ahead and just gave this a good mix. And like I said, guys, if I don't name any measurements that I'm using here of my ingredients in my video here, you guys can find a link down below that will take you to the entire recipe, okay? So we're going to go ahead and just spread this all over our rolled out dough. So now we're going on with our butter here. We're going to go ahead and just put this all over and then just spread it out as well. You're going to make a mess, guys, okay? So just be prepared for it. And what I like to do is just get my spoon and just go ahead and help me spread that butter out. And then I did reserve some sugar to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and get that sugar. See this right here? You want to kind of prevent that. So now we're going to go ahead and roll up our dough. And you want to do this very, very gently. And try to pull your dough as close to you as possible. Just go ahead and roll it up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go ahead and pinch our ends together. And I have one of my pans, my oblong cake pans that I lined with parchment paper. And we're going to go ahead and just cut this out. And we're going to get it into our cake pan. So I went on ahead and I cut in the middle because I should be able to get 12 cinnamon rolls out of here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just start to cut it all the way going down. If you need to put flour on your knife, do that. and that will make for an easier cut. I do have some flour here to the side, and that will make for an easier cut. See that? And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and start to get our cinnamon rolls. Just kind of reshape it again, and it kind of look like that right there. And we're gonna go ahead and start to get it into my pan here that I lined with parchment paper. Then we're just gonna go ahead and look at that. Go ahead and get our cinnamon rolls into the pan here. Then we're gonna get this right into the oven. I have my oven set to 350, and we're gonna bake these for about 20 minutes. Okay, so I actually got 15 cinnamon rolls out of here. I got the ends, and I kind of messed up the cut, which gave me another cinnamon roll, but it's all good, right? So I have a total of 15 cinnamon rolls, which you guys can see right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get these into the oven, and I'll bring you guys back once they're done. Okay. So in my bowl here for our icing, I have my cream cheese, my icing sugar, and I also have some half and half. So I'm going to go ahead and just mix this up by hand until it is all creamy and smooth. And this is going to go on top of, like I told you guys, if you're not making a mess, you ain't cooking. And this is going to go on top of our cinnamon rolls. And also I'm going to add in a little bit of vanilla extract. We're going to go ahead and get that mixed in. Okay, so here are my cinnamon rolls here, guys. I got them out the oven. I just let them sit a bit. And now I'm going to go on with some melted butter. And I told you guys, I don't know what I did with my basting brush. So I have a paper towel here. And we're going to go ahead and just butter our cinnamon rolls. And then we're going to go on with the icing. Now we're going to take our icing that we made and just go all over the top. And then I have my silicone spatula here, and we're just going to spread it out. And what that icing is going to do is just going to melt all down the sides of your cinnamon rolls. And you can kind of help it along if you want. Like what I'm doing here, just go ahead and go along the sides. And by the cinnamon roll still being hot, that's going to help the icing to kind of melt down as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. My daughter just got hers. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cut around our cinnamon roll so that it will come out. And just go ahead and take it out, and so that you guys can see. Look at that. And that's pretty much it, guys. A quick way that you can make cinnamon rolls without yeast. You don't have to let it proof, give it that additional rise, which will probably take you a good 3 hours just for that dough to rise. You don't need to do any of that with this. Just go ahead and do what I showed you, and you will have instant cinnamon rolls. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just break one open for you guys so you guys can see how it looks on the inside. And you definitely can see that these are so good, guys. You have to give them a try. They're flaky, moist. They are so good. And like I said, you don't have to let them rise. Take that 3-hour processing time for them to rise and all of that, guys. Just go ahead, put them together just like what I showed you here. And you will have instant cinnamon rolls made within about 45 minutes. These are really good, guys. And look at that. So that's pretty much it, showing you guys how I make these cinnamon rolls. No yeast cinnamon rolls. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give my video a thumbs up. Look at that, guys. Kind of remind you of cake, right? So if you've enjoyed my video, please give my video a thumbs up. Support my channel by subscribing. Until next time, you guys take care. Bye.